stop running at objectives and throwing your life away. Because although in most game modes you can respawn, the time it takes to spawn back in and make your way back to the action, especially in rank play with the delayed respawn, will take far more time than taking a moment, slowing down, and playing more conservatively when you need to. So here are 3 tips on how to play your life more effectively. You know what to do, so let's hop right in with tip number 1. You don't need to commit to every gunfight. Just because the shooting has started, it does not mean you need to commit to the gunfight as it stands, especially if you don't have the favorable position or if you're tagged up and need to reload. Like I said, the only thing that takes longer than retreating, reloading, or regaining is needing to spawn back in and make your way to the objective. So it's important to remember to play your life and take the gunfight on your own terms. In most cases, you can tell if you're going to win a gunfight in the first few seconds, and depending on how you're feeling about it, it's okay to fall back for a moment, but playing your life does not mean to turtle up and hope that the enemy forgets about you or wait for them to push you. Oftentimes, if you're tagged up, your opponent will get eager and sprint right at you to finish the kill, which is exactly why you re-challenge them right away, because you can catch them sprinting at you. In other cases, they'll keep firing or pre-firing, waiting for you to re-challenge, at which point, try to time your re-challenge when it feels as though they're about to deplete their clip. Even in cases where you're defending an objective, don't feel the need to stay on it. Hop off and play your life if it means that you can retake it after you've regained. Not committing to a gunfight gives you a second shot at winning it. Moving on to tip number 2, the peek, tag, and dip. Never just run into an area you know is heavily guarded, be it lines of sight, objectives, or common routes. In game modes like Search and Destroy, which is extremely predicated on guarding lines of sight, and even in respawn modes like Hardpoint and Control, where you need to rotate or guard a zone, you will have the opponents sitting in objectives or buildings holding a line of sight. Therefore, before entering those guarded areas, try sliding or jumping past the line of sight with the goal of peeking in and gaining information. Oftentimes, players lack trigger discipline and will give away their position, or you'll be able to at least use the process of elimination to clear common corners. You can even fire a few bullets toward them while you're jumping or sliding past to either tag them up or fluster them, at which point you can use that information to push them. And even the simple act of opening a window or a door will startle them, and they might fire their gun and give away their position. That information will not only save you time, but will allow you to strip the enemy of the element of surprise. Finally, we have tip number 3, the bait and switch. If you're attempting to achieve a strategic goal, it's best to partner up with a teammate and get each other's trades. That's because even if one of you is eliminated, there is a chance that the other can move on. The bait and switch is best used in tandem with the peek and dip, wherein you pop into a line of sight, bait out the enemy fire, and while your opponent is looking at where you're going, your teammate pops in and picks them off. Just make sure that even if you stagger your push to bait out the fire, if one of you gets eliminated, whoever is left must engage straight away and get that trade. Check out this video if you want my essential settings to improve your movement, but that does it for today's video. I'll see you tomorrow on day 16 of 30 of posting every day. You know what to do. My name is Drew, this was Sablehound, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, I want to be famous.